Well, we had a beautiful day yesterday, but today is just gonna be better. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Brawl Stars Challenger Southeast Asia. You're watching the grand finals of Season 2 happening today live. We have 3 action-packed, entertaining matches, and joining alongside me, it's gonna be AJ7, as always, the expert man for the Brawl Stars segment. But also, AJ, it has been such an immaculate day that we witnessed yesterday. I mean, the matches that we witnessed, 4 of those quarterfinals were action-packed. It was entertaining indeed, but right as of now we have the semis as well as we have the grand finals in today's entire day. What are your thoughts about it?
Indeed, there was some action-packed gameplay we got to see yesterday, and some of the best teams today right in the matchup. We have Revenant XSPARK versus Chocolate Banana, which is going to be the first matchup for today in the semis, and can't really wait to see how things goes for these teams, because you definitely don't want to fall in a matchup with Revenant XSPARK. The absolute goats from the this region. They have been so consistent throughout the year and just the seasons as well. They are so good, and this is finals. After the semi-final, this is the final day, and you can't afford to make any mistakes. One single mistake could lead to you just going back home empty-handed. So you definitely don't want that to happen in the final day of the season.
Oh, that's for sure, because you talk about Revenant XSPARK, they have been the defending champions. They were the champions of Season 1. Come on, you just cannot take them lightly. But quickly jumping on to the entire recap of what we had in the entire Season 2 of this edition. It was happening on both the days, yesterday and today, 2 days of action of this Season 2. 8 teams came in for the contention, and they were playing in a single elimination bracket, out of which every game was a best of 5. From quarterfinals to the grand finals, even the games that you will witness today will be in a BO5 format, and any team winning 3 sets out of the 5 will be claimed as the winner, will be declared as the winner, But if you talk about the prize pool, AJ, it's immense. You talk about the first position having $1,000 for themselves, and followed by that you've got $500 for the second, and third and fourth respectively will have $250 in their bag.
Definitely, and as I have mentioned before, it's not always about the money, it's also about getting the #1 seed in the region. We have the brackets: Revenant XSPARK versus Chocolate Banana. This is going to be the first matchup we're going to see in this day as the first game, followed by LZT Stinks versus Wigglyspoo team. They were so good yesterday, and they managed, Wigglyspoo team actually managed to just sweep with the 3-0. That was very clean, and GBD team didn't even get a single chance to stand out. Same for Chocolate Banana, they did a 3-0 sweep. But hey, we gotta talk about how Revenant XSPARK lost that one set. And having said that, their streak came to an end yesterday, of the 3-0.
Yeah, it was a crazy run we witnessed in yesterday's matches. But quickly jumping on, Chocolate Banana and LZT Stings are the 2 new teams who have come in the contention for Season 2. They're not a part of Season 1 indeed, but Chocolate Banana, they had a fair share outing yesterday in their yesterday's games. So right now, they will be facing the mighty Revenant XSPARK, the champions of Season 1 indeed. They again came into the Season 2, again maybe to kind of claim their throne, what they want. Revenant XSPARK, they will be looking forward to shut down Chocolate Banana on a 3-0 scoreline, while Chocolate Banana, they will be looking forward to defeat the Goliaths in the competition. Sergeant J and Superwalk will have a big responsibility on their shoulder, along with, when we talk about Chocolate Banana, you've got Kronos, Darky Zwan, as well as Rytek. These 3 players will be also rooting for themselves, and will be trying to put pressure on the players of Revenant XSPARK, because we've seen them going 1 map down, while the last season that they played was completely flawless for them.
Definitely, it will not be an easy task to take down a team like Revenant and XSPARK. They have been so good throughout the season, throughout the year. Sergeant being an absolute goat, and I believe he's one of the drafters in the team. He is the one drafting for the team, and I have seen this guy, making awesome calls. This guy is just so loud in LAN events as well. I've seen him shouting, but hey, that's what a leader is supposed to do. He's just too good when it comes to playing very uncertain brawlers as well. Like, we have seen him picking up brawlers which is sometimes quite surprising. We have seen how good Trunk he is, especially in gem grab. And having said that, gem grab is also going to be the first K mode we're going to see. On the other hand, Kronos, Darky, and Tritic on Chocolate Banana's side. Darky, I have seen this guy for a very long time, right? He's amazing. I've seen him play, and this kid actually got something to do with, right? But hey, you're facing Revenant XSPARK, and it's not going to be an easy take.
It is a big tough battle that Chocolate Banana they have to kind of face against Revenant XSPARK. It is going to be a big tough brawl matchup that we are looking forward to, because again this is the first semi-finals. We do understand the gravity of the situation, but also when you have Revenant XSPARK as your opponent, there are a lot of things that you need to keep in mind. You just cannot give loopholes to your opponents. They will capitalize on it. You give them one chance, they will literally grab your neck if they have a chance for that. So that is one thing that Chocolate Banana they need to be really cautious about, as we have seen what Super Walk was doing yesterday. He was really very crazy. In spite of like Sergeant not being able to step up the way he was doing in Season 1, he got restricted in yesterday's game that he played. But again, it's a new day, maybe a new start. Maybe we can see that old Sergeant back in the game, while you have to give it up for Jay as well. The way he has supported the team when his team needed him the most. It kind of justifies the amount of team game and the synergy that these players have within themselves.
Definitely, and also the chemistry between Revenant's team is amazing. They have been, staying together for a very long time. Sergeant has, great connection with them. They have so much LAN experience as well. Experience comes to the desk as well. Giving an extra boost, and that confidence that they know something better than anyone else probably. But hey, the draft from Revenant XSPARK has always been excellent. But I'm not quite sure what really happened yesterday in the heist map. Sergeant was missing his supers with Buzz, and hey, that costed them a set, and their streak was over right there. We have the map pool. We have Gem Fort, Triple Dribble, Tri-Season, Safe Zone, and there's a hot zone. Okay, that's just there's some error right there. But hey, it's gonna be Gem Grab as the first game mode, which is quite interesting because the steal game is there, the chaos, the fun, the thrill is there, right? So it's a very important game where you have to maintain your lanes very smartly, because one mistake can actually drop all the gems on top of your head, which is gonna be devastating in the last moments.
Oh yeah, we have seen something happen very similar in the previous games as well. In the previous season as well, we have seen something similar. But you know what? We have those changes coming in. Yeah, semi-finals 1, we start with Gem Grab again, then we have Brawl Ball. But a twist comes in the third map itself. We were seeing Heist in the third one, but this time we have a change. We have Bounty coming in, then we have Heist, and at the end we will have the Hot Zone. So this is how the entire map pool of the Best of 5 series will be lined up. The first game is already underway. The players are getting ready. We will be quickly jumping onto the draft as well. But again, I have a lot of questions in my mind as well from the side of Revenant XSPARK. What are they planning to do? Because the last season they did not had to play the grand finals, as Wigglyspoo team did not come in. They had to forfeit the game and they had moved out. But this time, if Wigglyspoo comes against Revenant XSPARK, are they prepared for them or not?
I mean, yeah, definitely. I believe the revenge game should be there, right? Like, they have to do something in order to get, the #1 seed this time around. Because Revenant XSPARK already shined in the previous season, and it was against the very same teams. Revenant XSPARK versus Wigglyspoo team, and they still have a chance to pull out that miracle in the last moments. They can actually, prove us wrong. Like, so Revenant XSPARK has always been on top, but hey, Wigglyspoo, and not just the team, the opposing team still have a chance as well to stand out. But you have to be very careful against teams like that, because they have some very established players. They have so much experience. In order to win, you have to pull out something that no one is really expecting. You have to be precise with the draft, because draft says it all, and winning the draft itself will boost up your momentum as well.
Yeah, getting a better draft is always really important episode, because again we have always discussed regarding the entire draft phase. It decides the 50% of the result that you are anticipating in a particular game. So it is really important for you to kind of go for good picks, safe picks, ones which you feel like it will be working 100%ly in the entire game. So that kind of helps you build better, give better performance, rather than just picking your what can I say, wish picks or something that, I think that this might just work out, let's pick it and let's see what happens next. Because in tournaments that doesn't work like that. You've played it in scrims, it's fine. You play it in ranked matches, it's fine. But over the course of time, we've seen how commonly we are seeing some of those brawlers being used. Apparently in Season 1, we have seen almost a set of brawlers being used in every other match. But this season, we have seen so many variations in the picks. We have seen so many new brawlers come into the picture. Even though some of them kind of gave the result what they were expecting and some of them did not. So it is still a 50-50 situation in which I have mixed opinions. But I really want to see some interesting picks this time in today's semifinals first game.
Definitely, Necros. And they have played a lot of ranked for sure. They have I don't know, a lot of scrims, but this time around, this is a tournament after all, and it's the final day, and you have to you just can't go for casual picks. You just can't go for comfort picks every time. You have to get in. You have to get your hands onto those meta brawlers, and if not, if you don't have the first pick, you definitely should go for the bans. I'm quite interested to see what kind of global bans we're gonna see, because those global ban will decide which 4 brawlers will just stay out of the equation throughout throughout the game. So the draft is here and we have the global bans. Edgar, I'm not really surprised, to be honest, but I'm surprised that Colette is not in the global ban, whereas Stu is, because I think they know how good Sergeant Clash is on the Stu, and they prefer it to just ban out and just to stay safe and just in order.
Well, you've got a Chester for yourself. But as of now, when you talk about the spans coming in, you also see a ban of Kit out there. Supernova not being allowed this time. Though we know that it was picked so many times on the previous day. We have seen some multiple Supernova picks as well, and Star Nova, not Supernova. I mean, come on, sometimes Superstar, just make it like that. But yeah, when we talk about the other picks, Ruffs has been brought in by Kronos, by Chocolate Banana. Then you have got, there is going to be another interesting thing. I'm expecting that Chocolate Banana might just come up with something different. I mean, Mina, it's not banned. We have seen her being banned so many times, but it's Otis is what Writing is going to bring in.
I'll be very honest, I was actually thinking of Otis because, it's not banned yet, and quite surprised. It's going to be the 3rd brawler that is going to be picked. And, has a very safe, gem carrier as well. If you have the gems, you can just mute assassins or tanks down, jumping over you, right? But talking about assassins, Sergeant is going to be the one picking Mortis, and I am so excited to see Mortis. As the it's the first game of day 2, and semifinals first game. We're gonna see Mortis, and what can be better than that? Can't wait to see Mortis coming into the action. But he has to be very careful, because Otis has that ability to shut down, and if he has the hyper charge, he can also stun him down. He has to be very safe. But I'm not quite sure, is it gonna create aggression, or is it gonna just play the steal game? He can just get the gems, but I don't think so. These players recommend doing it just for the stealing purpose, right? He's an assassin after all, and he needs to create pressure. And being a gem carrier as a Mortis, you're definitely not going for some kills, right? You have to play safe, and against a brawler like Otis, definitely no. But Kronos, I really like that pick. You have the ability to just bounce through walls, and you also have sandbags to avoid just to tank shots from Chester. But wow, okay, so we have Darky picking up. Okay, that's a team by potential brawler. Fang is going to be the one, and I think against the Amber, it's a great pick, because Amber is quite squishy. So I think that pick really makes sense to me.
Yeah, I was also kind of looking forward to that, because Amber, when he was picked by Jay, I was like, okay. I mean, Amber is effective, nothing's taken away, but again, as you mentioned, it's a little squishy, so you have to watch out for that. While Mortis is being brought, so Revenant XSPARK, they have some really good build. Sergeant on that Mortars is probably going to be a big threat for Chocolate Banana, and that is what I am anticipating, that how things will unfold. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we will be diving in for the very first game of today's day. This is going to be the semi-finals 1 of the Season 2 of Brawl Stars Challenges Southeast Asia. It's Revenant XSPARK versus Chocolate Banana, and we are already underway. 3 gems being catched up by Revenant XSPARK. They are looking forward to get a bit ahead in the competition while pushing the likes of Chocolate Banana towards the back end. We've seen them quickly wrapping games up in a blink of an eye, and probably that is something similar which Revenant XSPARK will love to reciprocate this time as well.
Great kill coming up from Darky on the left hand side, whereas Rytek takes on Superwalk as well in the right. The red team is somewhat creating some pressure now, and I like how Rytek is already having his hypercharge, which is gonna be along with the third super of his game. He's just breaking all the grass, he's just destroying all the grass along with the walls that is required. Nice super walk, gadget, combo spinner connects well, but he goes down. Stun coming in from the chest, so he was lucky with the super at that time, and Nijins already on top of Revenant XSPARK's head, whereas 2 just for the red team.
Oh yeah, just waiting for the right moment. 10 gems counter has already been initiated, and Superwalk, he needs a bit of help. Sergeant comes into the picture, instantly gets a trade off. Chocolate Banana, they seem a little bit helpless at this moment, and there's nothing that they could do. 4 more seconds, this is done and dusted. Superwalk will be there to guard Jay, and that is it. This is going to be the first round underway for Revenant XSPARK, and now the way they've started things off, it's really on a good note. Revenant XSPARK, as usual, they will be pretty strong. They will be ready to kind of annihilate anybody that comes in their way. And they start things off with Chocolate Banana in today's first ever game of Gem Grab.
They seem very comfortable, not just for the craft, they're playing very safely. Superwalk is trying to connect some shots very precisely with the super. Nice combo spinner helps him take down the rocks on the right hand corner. We have Taki holding the mid. I don't know, I'm not quite sure. Is just trying to charge the super, is obviously not going to be the gem carrier. Kronos is struggling with no health, but he manages to take the kill. But Superwalk is there with the mobility, taking down. Rytek is also there, and Superwalk is actually kill farming. He already has a super as a Mortis. It takes 5 shots for Mortis to charge a super, and I'll be not surprised if he connects his super well again. But no, Kronos had his super just mute Mortis down, and a nice elimination coming in. Darky with the super, but it's not gonna be enough. X9J with 1 HP is gonna stay alive with 6 gems.
That is really pretty nice by Revenant XSPARK so far. They have been doing some exceptional job out there, and right away we can see the gems being taken up one by one, and you can see Chocolate Banana being pushed to the limits. They're just being forced back. Kronos up close and personal. Sergeant wants to go for a duel, instantly damages so much and finally gets the kill that he wanted. Rytek up behind. Sergeant needs to be a little bit cautious about the back, but the timer is ticking. Jay is in the back lines. He needs his support. He will have what he desires, and at this very moment Sergeant tanking up so much damage gets another kill of Zuan as well. And this is going to be it, 2-0 up. Revenant XSPARK back the gem grab as they will lead the series with a 1-0 scoreline.
Amazing start, and nice body blocking as well coming up from that Mortis to help protect his gem carrier. It was amazing, and the execution was pitch perfect. They were playing very safe. They were very passive, honestly. I only saw the Mortis going aggressive, and that's what he's there for. Like, he's there for aggression. He's the assassin brawler after all, and he did his job very well. He was able to connect his supers. He was able to chain his super very well, actually. And eventually if you chain super on 2 of the enemy, you just need 1 more shot, or I guess just 2 more shots to get your super back. So amazing gameplay coming up from Mortis as well. I didn't see much coming up from the Fang. I was expecting more, because he's a team-wide potential brawler, and I was expecting him to turn the tables around, but they were just so passive. The Revenant XSPARK roster was just looking great with their specs.
Yeah, you know what? We have to take a quick recap of what just happened in the map of Gem Grab. This was incredible, right? This was exactly how we expected Revenant XSPARK to perform in the Gem Fort itself. they had done some exceptional job in the very first round, seizing up those gems, not allowing the likes of Chocolate Banana. Now, one thing is for sure that Chocolate Banana, they're trying their level best to kind of get the kills, get the control, but they are being denied so many times. Even though they are having those 1 or 2 kills, there will be always somebody to take those trades off and instantly push them away. So that is where REVENANT XSPARK, they haven't lost their momentum yet, and again, they have been the winners of Season 1, so they don't want to just degrade their potential, what they have shown in the first season, in the second one too. So they will look forward to seize the victory, and that is how a champion likes to play. Talking about the champions factor, Superwalk has got 7 kills, AJ.
He really did his job as the Mortis, right? It was just amazing. He was just dashing around, getting those chains connected really well, and 7 kills on top of his head. Looks very good. Just 1 damage per average damage per second extra for Riot Tech, but it makes no difference. After all, a loser is a lose and a win is a win. REVENANT XSPARK, I think the Mortis was kind of a very comfortable pick as well. I've seen this roster pulling up great moves with this brawler, and the win rate and gem grab is pretty high as well, like usual. So the score is gonna be 2-0 in the gem grab set, which is gonna give the first game to REVENANT XSPARK. I really like the draft. They are also, I think I see the vision of that Fang. There was Corner Ruffs, which can just provide a super, especially combined with a hypercharge. He can just give his hypercharge basically to any of his teammates. And I think it was meant to give, they just wanted to give it to the Fang, and I didn't see that coming much actually, because Fang with hypercharge really has that super, hypercharge, with the team wide potential, and I didn't really see that coming. He was actually struggling overall because Amber was just not letting him come close. She's such a good area control brawler as well, after all.
And so now we dive into the second game, which is again going to be an interesting one. It's going to be the Brawl Ball happening in the triple. So yeah, we are expecting some good picks in this time as well. But Superwalk, he's obsessed with Chester. Come on, if you just want to take away the Chester, this is your right time, Chocolate Banana. You have to do something, because this man on Chester is being really super annoying for his oppositions. But right away, Chocolate Banana, they have the next pick. So we see a Mortis ban this time. Nothing's taken away. The Mortis was a little bit annoying. Star Nova is banned, Damien is banned, Edgar is banned, College is banned along with Lumi. But it's going to be Meeple coming in for Kronos. So interesting picks coming in from both the ends.
I see mostly assassins getting banned out, and also damage dealers. You definitely don't want a Lily or even a Shade to wander around. In Brawl Ball, they have so much mobility, they have so much potential to get instant kills, surprise kill, to be specific. Star Nova is banned out, is removed from the equation as well. She has some, I wasn't expecting Star Nova in yesterday's games, and now she's getting banned out. People are actually valuing her so much. Her gadget is coming out, is shining out recently so much. We have Riot Tech with Mina, aggression, along with the healings with the star power. It keeps this brawler alive for almost forever if you use it well, because you also have a gadget which basically blocks out all the damage, apart from brawlers who can just throw or dash damage through, from above. We have Kenji, a very good room maker. We have seen how good Kenji was, in yesterday's game, and actually I don't remember a single time when Kenji was picked and a team didn't win with that brawler, right? He was such a good room maker. Just stay precise, just stay passive, and I think he shall be able to create some room. But Kronos is a brawler who can just push things behind, when they see any threat with a gadget. But I'm mainly I really want to see what kind of which gadget Kronos pick, because both the gadget for Meeple is actually pretty good in Brawl Ball.
And this time we are also seeing the Mina coming in. So Mina was banned in yesterday's probably most of the games. That's why we didn't see her being picked. That was unfortunate. But this time you have got the Trunk as well, and you've got the Mina as well in the picture. So I'm really looking forward to how things will unfold. But also coming in. I really want to see how Chocolate Bananas, they anticipate of making a good comeback, because that is where you have to do something better, because if this Brawl Ball just goes away from their hands, it's really tough for you to stop REVENANT XSPARK in the next game as well.
I mean, Sergeant with the trunk, I would say that's his comfort pick. He knows what he can do with that brawler, right? And Darky, on the other hand, I actually like that pick quite a lot, because Cyrus is a brawler who can create clones of the enemy team itself, and facing your similar looking brawlers will be kind of annoying, to be honest, because X9J if we say that the clone comes from X9J, that will be very annoying, because you don't want to see two Chesters coming around in the map, right? Tech, that was a nice elimination, nice team vibe from the red team. They're looking fairly in control, and the super available for the Meeple. Just gonna place it and not really getting the value from this. And nice, interesting gadget choice actually from Kronos. Is gonna use the one which can just just keep people behind, and X9J shall be able to find a nice cap, and it should be the first goal for the first match in Brawl Ball.
Oh yeah, already we can see the start has been exceptionally well. Not much time wasted from the side of REVENANT XSPARK, but that trunk, that is going to be the move that you don't want to just mess things up with. But yeah, Sergeant was taking down REVENANT XSPARK. They had to just flee towards the backside. Chocolate Banana's counter-attack was indeed pretty good, but not enough to kind of get the scores dunked in, so you have to be really precise with the calls that you're making. Super walk up close and personal with the Kenji. Will be looking forward to get one kill at least from his side. The damage was done. Rytek was taken off. Kronos will be taken down as well, but the score denied this time once again. Zuan still keeping the play up, getting Jade down. Will be pushing back the players of REVENANT XSPARK. A good counter-attack indeed from the side of Chocolate Banana, that we must say.
Amazing defense. They just denied the victory for REVENANT XSPARK on time, and they actually have a super available for Darky, and it should be enough to just put it in the right time. The goal has been equalized right now. Hypercharge available for Super Walk. He pops it in, but double supers coming up from the Mina is being devastating at the moment. Super Walk just going in, but he goes down, but Sergeant is there to take care of the things, and the first game for Brawl Ball is gonna be for REVENANT XSPARK.
Oh yeah. This is going to be the start that they were looking forward to, and Brawl Ball has given them the start. Though we can see that, yeah, Chocolate Banana, they came up with some counterattacks which maybe annoyed REVENANT XSPARK a little bit, but that should not bother much, because again, they're ending on the winning side. That is what matters the most, while Kenji will find a double, and that's going to be an easy peasy score for Jay. What a beautiful, beautiful attack came in from the side of Superwalk. Exactly what his team wants him to do, but pretty much this time Mina shuts him down instantly. Sergeant also gets traded off. Jay is the one last survivor, but he will be waiting for his teammates to respawn and come back on the ground to kind of defend their territory, and that score will be done. Kronos! Wow. Oh my god! That is a crazy goal that came in for Chocolate Banana to equalize the scoreline.
Very well timed, and Sergeant, having Super, is looking dangerous in the position, is going to take the ball again. Kenji is going for the slice and dice, and it should be enough for them to take game number 2 in Brawl Ball. That was amazing execution. I must say one thing, to be very honest. And the first game, I felt like despite Chocolate Banana lost, they had better control. They got, I believe, 3 team vibes. Like, I mean, what other thing you want in a game mode like Brawl Ball? When you get a team vibe, you have so much, possibilities. You have so much opportunities to just go for the scores. But the ball was far away. They were getting unlucky every time. But this time around, they did well. Like Sergeant and the REVENANT XSPARK roster, they were creating much better pressure. The Kenji was just slicing dice again and again, and that gadget goal coming up from the Meeple was just beautiful. The timing was just amazing there.
Oh yeah. Having a quick recap of what happened in the Brawl Ball, we can have an idea that, yeah, Jay and the company, they were really ruthless when it came down to scoring goals and making it quicker, even though we have seen some really resilient gameplay from the side of Chocolate Banana, coming up with those counterattacks, trying to get the scores done. It was tough for them to kind of survive, while the Kenji attacks from Super Walk were so nice. All those attacks, all those kills that were coming in was so nice. Even Kronos, this score I really thought that it would be defended, but never mind. That is how things have ended. It's 2-0 in the scoreline as Revenant XSPARK, they will be also securing the Brawl ball. And forward we go towards the bounty, which is going to be the third set of this best of 5 series as well. And again, it is going to happen in the dry season. So bounty, for the first time in season 2, we are going to witness Revenant XSPARK versus Chocolate Bananas, and that is probably the last chance that Chocolate Bananas have for themselves to make a comeback.
Do or die situation totally. They have to come up with a reverse sweep against a team like Revenant XSPARK for sure. But 13 kills coming up from Supercell, being the MVP, absolutely deserved. And Darky on the other hand, 11 kills and 9 deaths, still having much higher DPS. But still, a win is a win. Amazing gameplay coming up, and a very smart gadget choice from the Mina as well. Because the shield, he knew that it was just useless against brawlers like Kenji and also Trunk. The shield is gonna they're not gonna block those shots, right? So yeah, that double super gadget is amazing. Like if you connect your super after applying that gadget, you will get a super back, and eventually after using your super once again, it will help you secure a free kill basically, right? And you will end up healing as well with the third shot, if equipping that star power which gives healings, right? 2-0 so far for Revenant XSPARK, and I think they're going for 3-0 one another time to just jump into the finals. If they can pull up with this, I'll be not surprised, to be very honest. But I'll be definitely surprised if Chocolate Banana can pull up something in the last moment. They definitely need a reverse sweep in order to get into the finals.
Oh yeah, they do need to, and it's going to be very tough in my opinion, because you have got Revenant XSPARK. If it was some other team who has won the first 2 games, we could have thought for a comeback. I mean, we could have thought for a reverse sweep, but it's Revenant XSPARK. They don't give you room. And I mentioned it just before we came inside the match that, if you give them one loophole, they will find that and they will capitalize on it. And that is exactly how things are unfolding for the likes of Revenant XSPARK. They're just capitalizing on the mistakes that we are seeing Chocolate Banana making it up. Also, one bad call and then again the entire team just stays up on your head. So that is how Revenant XSPARK they are playing. But yeah, this time Kronos brings in the Mortis for the bounty. A different game, a different set of choices for sure. You see a Pierce ban, you see a Stu ban there as well. Griff and the company being banned. So many other brawlers being banned this time. And Najia, Colette being banned out there. So you've got plenty of options in my opinion if you want to go for it. Mortis being denied for Revenant XSPARK, but you've got Charlie, and Supercell won't miss that one.
Great brawler to shut down a brawler like Mortis. You can just cocoon him at times when it's just diving on you. So yeah, definitely bounty is one of the game modes where you need the blue star if you just if the things are being in a tying situation. And Kronos is one of those brawler who can just dash on the middle of the map to steal that blue star, and they can just stay passive throughout, right? Like they can pick brawlers which can help you stay passive. Jaeyoung has gone out of the equation, so I'm not expecting any Buster at the moment, because Jaeyoung is best combined with Buster in a game mode like this. X9J on the other hand, with a very safe pick, but it's not very safe against Mortis. So he has to be passive as well. He has to maintain the distance, because he's probably going to be one of the longest range brawler in the game, but he has to maintain his distance because he's very squishy. He can just get 2 or 3 shots, especially combined with the combo spinner gadget from Mortis. So yeah, you have to respect that. Whereas Rytek with Chloe, we are not getting to see much Chloe in the competitive scene, but right now I think it's a great brawler, because if you connect your shot once, it's just gonna deal damage over time, denying the healings for opponent until they just walk off far or even just get behind the wall.
Oh yeah. And now the interesting picks after they come in. The Chloe coming into the picture. You've got a change. You've got a Buster coming in for Zwan as well. Mortis is there, Chloe is there, you've got a Buster right now in your comp, while on the other end you've got a Charlie, you've got a Bison, and you've got a Fang as well on Sergeant. This is interesting. Now, I really want to ask one thing, AJ. What do you think about the results?
I mean, as I mentioned before, Buster is a great brawler here, but especially combined with Jaeyoung, And why did I say Jeong? Because I have seen players, pulling up something with that Brawl. This is just a devastating comp. But now that Jeong is out of the equation, I think they still think it's a viable pick because they still have Glowy in their hands. Basically Buster needs his constant healings, and he just gets his super by existing. You just stay near your teammates and you get your super, and you get a nice opportunity to just charge up after just putting on the shield forward. And you can just charge and you can just get some deadly value. Whereas Sergeant, on the other hand, definitely believes he can do something with the hypercharge, especially team-wide potential brawler, as I mentioned before. But he has to be very careful because Starkey is one of those brawlers who can deal more damage from up close. Buster deals more damage if if the target is close, and we can see already in action. And as I mentioned before, Mortis was the one stealing the gems. A miss super from Super Walk, which is gonna be enough for the red team to take up the lead, and Darky with a nice hit on Sergeant with the combo spinner gadget, and that could be a team wipe, but the Cocoon was there just on time, and nice super from the Glowy just to keep them behind. Amazing game sense, amazing execution. I really like the precision and the way he's just switching his healings time to time very well. It's so calculated, it seems like. And Sergeant with the hypercharge in the middle of the map, Superbox gets a kill and a team wipe.
Wow.
That's what I was talking about with the Fang, and that's what is here for. A super coming in from Sergeant, he misses, but it's still gonna give them the lead back.
Superwalk will be waiting for the right moment to strike in. You see Swan hopping on. Glowy from behind will be looking forward to make some counters, maybe slow down him a bit. But Superwalk was much prepared for it. Instantly gets the kill, backs up from that place in, and now Glowy is under that radar. Probably the constant healing that he's providing to Kronos, it's immaculate. It's so good. But eventually, when you just talk about the team game ratio, 13 stars have been collected. You've got the blue one on Superwalk as well. Swan is waiting. The damage is being done. A tad bit more is what Superwalk is anticipating. But this is going to be Swan versus Superwalk. Again, a duel that they anticipate. Glowy from behind comes in. Right take drains so much of his HP. And now instantly you see Chocolate Banana leveling up, coming closer. Oh, this was so close, but not enough to stop Revenant XSPARK. But the kind of coordinated fight that we just saw from Glowy coming into the picture along with Zuan, in that the duo wanted to kind of strangle down Superwalk, and that exactly worked it, but it was way too late. Yeah, the first round will go underway for Revenant XSPARK while we move up to the second one.
Revenant XSPARK, what a performance that was. It looked as if they've already prepared for each and every kind of situation that they could have possibly faced in the matchup. Superwalk, that kill behind the wall was amazing with the hypercharge and the gadget combo to just keep Darky behind. But let's talk about the current situation. Darky is getting an opportunity of two people getting stacked up. He goes down, but he takes one as well. Kronos is also going to help, but no, Superwalk can just dash through that shield, and I think it should be enough for him to get a nice takedown. They have to be very careful. Sergeant is a very squishy brawler, but he has popped his gadget in, gets a connection, and he got his super eventually just to stay alive, or is to keep his teammate alive just in case. Dark is just relying on that one small barrel to dodge everything possible. Super available for Jay as well. He have to be very careful before making any plays, and they all are stacked up. It's still very dangerous position for the Darky. He is going for the play, but he goes down. That was just punishing from Revenant XSPARK.
Now Superwalk has his eyes open on that one brawler. That is going to be the Glowy from the backlines. Immense support is what you get from that brawler. And now Jay will be the one on the target, and Swan won't miss that one. Mortis strikes on that Charlie. Important one for getting good control, and Superwalk will go up close and personal, but there's going to be Swan out there. The Cocoon comes in at the right moment, making him survive for a tad bit more time. Zuan survives instantly, but Superwalk constantly giving up that pressure. 3-star difference is what we're looking up. Chocolate Banana will be looking forward to get that difference sorted out as quickly as possible. 18 more seconds on the clock, and you can see the pressure that Revenant XSPARK they're putting up on the players of Chocolate Banana, while the damage is Superwalk wants to get Kronos, uses the super, but instantly Kronos will be punished. There's nothing that can save him in that world.
Final tries from the Mortis. It's not going to be enough. And Revenant XSPARK with a 3-0 sweep was just clean. And they were just so comfortable. And they were just so prepared for that comp. I mean, amazing execution from the red team as well. But I think the Mortis kind of struggled to just dive onto a brawler. You know, they were all stacking up. You know, sometimes you get opportunities to just get a kill on Byrons. And whenever you found one, you know, he was able to, you know, do so. He was able to get some kills on Byrons whenever he separated, whenever he got isolated from his team. But you know, stacking was the strategy for the blue team, right? Revenant XSPARK, they knew that the Mortis would definitely not dive in when they have a Fang with the super, when they have a Byron with the super, and the Charlie with the super to shut things down as well. Amazing execution in the first game. The start was amazing from the red team, as if they looked so strong. And I'll be very honest, that time I thought that they have the potential to just get this set very easily. But you know, the execution, the change in plan from the Revenant XSPARK roster was amazing, and I think it led to the victory. You know, stacking up. Although Mortis is a brawler who is dependent on opponent being stacked up so that he can chain his supers well and to get a nice team vibe. But you know, hey, let's respect the brawlers they have. They have a Fang, and you know, they have a Charlie to shut things down. So definitely that Mortis would not want to dive in.
Yeah, and now you have got some incredible results already on your screen. Revenant XSPARK, they become the first grand finalist of Brawl Stars Challenges Southeast Asia season number 2. Now, the interesting fact that comes in is that as we quickly jump into the highlights, we can have a recap of what just happened. The first game was pretty close, nothing's taken away, because the way you know, Chocolate Banana came into the picture, the kind of comeback they pulled in the very nth moment was really interesting. But the result is going to be the very same. 2-0 is the scoreline. Revenant XSPARK, they win 3 of their games with a 2-0, 2-0 and 2-0 scoreline. So that is how the series ends. The first semi-finals of today's day ends, and I'm really looking forward to see how things will unfold later down the line, because they are in the grand finals and they will be awaiting for their opponent who will come up from the next semi-finals, that is under the entire show flow.
Will it be Wigglyspoo team again facing off Revenant XSPARK in the finals, or will they go home this time around, you know? But let's talk about the MVP. We have 21 kills coming up from Superwalk, and you know, to mention, you know, he was the star player in every game. He was the MVP in every game, you know, throughout the day 1 series as well, and today as well. Darky, that was close enough, but I don't think so it was enough for the win. But 21 kills is gonna give MVP to the Superwalk. I mean, it was amazing. He was just precise with all of his brawlers, and I think he was very comfortable today with more of the aggressive brawlers, right? He was able to pull up something with Mortis in the first game. He was doing great with the Kenji in Brawl Ball as well, and now we saw him doing something with Fang as well. Especially, I love the play when he was behind the wall. Mortis was coming in alone. They were isolated alone in the left-hand side of the map, and you know, he just gadget to just avoid that dash. Mortis tried to run off, but hey, you have that hypercharge to dash through it, right? And you know, he just got a nice easy kill. Amazing game sense, and yeah, I would say he was comfortable with the assassins today.
Yeah, he was indeed, and the way he was playing with those assassins, it was a really pleasant sight for our eyes to watch how he was turning these games, turning those fights in his favor and kind of dominating the oppositions. But yeah, this is how the things have ended for the very first semi-finals. Revenant XSPARK back-to-back 3-round wins with a 2-0 scoreline, not even giving a single chance for Chocolate Banana to win one round, even though they have put up some good competition, but not enough to kind of get Revenant XSPARK down. So this is how the things have ended for this first semi-finals, and we are looking forward for the second one, which is already going to be up very, very soon, because the next one is going to be Wigglyspoo versus LVT Stings. This is also a great matchup because LVT Stings, they're also a new team coming in the Brawl Stars Challenges Season 2. They were not a part of Season 1, so we are seeing them for the very first time. But Wigglyspoo, we have seen their domination in Season 1 itself, and for them to come down to Season 2 again and now compete, be in the semi-finals, it's a similar storyline which is being continued. But this time, if they manage to kind of play the grand finals, it will be a pleasant sight for our eyes.
Definitely. Let's have a look at the brackets real quick. We have Revenant XSPARK moving forward to the finals. They have managed to just make this space in, but amazing gameplay, but Chocolate Banana, unfortunate enough, you have to go home, but you can't prepare well. Next time, you will still have your chance this time around. So, okay, we are gonna see the next matchup, LZT Stings versus Wigglyspoo's team. But hello, we have to welcome, Cluster, welcome to the stream. Hello, and I'm joined by, you know, let's meet our new caster in the caster desk, which is gonna be start clashing. So, how are you feeling, and how's the game so far? How are you feeling about the next matchups?
Very excited, AJ, because that game number 1 we just saw, it was so phenomenal, especially Revenant XSPARK. We were wondering how they've lost that single set yesterday, but today they haven't lost even a single round. It was a straight up 3-0 annihilation of the opponent. But you know what? They are once again the very first finalist of this Brawl Stars Challenger Southeast Asia. They did it in the previous month. They have done it again. And I love to see who's gonna face them this time around. The semi-final number 2 will begin shortly. And AJ, I'd love to see how these teams are gonna play around. And we just saw, we have seen so many new brawlers again, so many surprises, especially that Glowy pick. And you know what surprised me, AJ, that Glowy was working absolutely fine. He was doing great work. That constant support, that was kind of, I could sense that problem in Revenant XSPARK's gameplay. They were so annoyed with that Glowy. And both the bounty games, they only had around 2 or 3 stars lead to finish with. They came so close, but at the end, it is Revenant XSPARK who won the game.
Definitely clashing. Great take on the Glowy point, but I must mention that Revenant XSPARK is one of the team who are a specialist in playing Glowy. It's a safe pick. It's a very comfortable pick for them. I've seen them playing in the previous games as well, in the previous events as well. They are amazing with that brawler. It's one of their picks, especially in hot zone. I've seen them locking it every time. But this time around, they were a bit annoyed. I could sense that too. But they had the answer for that. They drafted so well in such a way that even if that's going to be a problem, they can shut the other brawlers down. Glowy is not as much of a brawler who can help get kills, but is a great support, right? And if you see the threat, you can just push back enemies. Having said that, it was a game for Revenant XSPARK. Congratulations to the team once again. They are moving to the finals.
Very first finalists they are. And talking about that draft and that game, I think that Charlie pick worked out phenomenally well for the team. All those cocoons, they were coming out at the right moment every single time. Whether if you talk about her or him locking the other team's Mortis in that cocoon, or locking in his own teammates to safeguard them from going down or gets knocked out. So I think they kind of are the draft masters. We can surely say that, because each and every draft that Revenant XSPARK comes up with is so phenomenal. And the results, they are in front of us, 2-0, 2-0 and another 2-0 to end this best of 5 series. But let's take a look at our second matchup of the day. Semi-finals number 2, it is LGT Stings and they'll take on Wigglyspoo. Remember, Wigglyspoo, they had a great run in the previous month's semi-finalists as well. And let's see if they'll be able to dominate this one in the right manner or not.
Definitely, I'm looking forward to the revenge game, to be very honest, but it doesn't mean that I don't want to see LZT Stings getting over the win. Great players, amazing game sense as well, and they were good with the draft as well yesterday, to be very fair. And and that's the very reason why they are here in the semi-finals. But against a team like Wigglyspoo, you definitely don't want to get matched up against team like Wigglyspoo or Revenant XSPARK. And if you're getting so, it's kind of unlucky to get so, right? But hey, LZT Stings just showed what they're capable of yesterday, right? They were amazing with the draft. They were precise. The execution was just on point. They knew that every second matters on which specific game mode, you can say, right? There was some amazing gameplay coming in, and they take their positions very safely, I would say, right? So yeah, rooting for both the teams. Just good luck to the teams. But hey, Wigglyspoo team has Response, Hiroshi, and Primey. One of the most established player in the world, and Response being the world champion from 2020 as well. Hiroshi was amazing yesterday, and Primey, the MVP for every game from yesterday. I can't wait to see these players to come into action.
Well, the experience is far superior when it comes to Wigglyspoo, right? And their experience is something that is kind of winning them all the games so far. But let's see if LGT Stinks, if they'll be able to counter them, if they'll be able to put them in a situation where we might get to see a do or die for both the teams, right? Which means we get a chance to witness the fifth game of the best of five series. We haven't seen a single complete BO5 series so far, not in the previous month, not in this month so far. And I wonder if this could be the game to show us that complete best of five series finale. Though I highly doubt it, because Wigglyspoo, they have a huge experience advantage. Hiroshi, Prime, both are great player, and all three players from this team, we have seen them play, we have seen them dominate the other team time and time again. Let's see what LGT Stinks is gonna do today, because they definitely surprised us all with their gameplay yesterday.
Definitely, and I'm looking forward to the fifth set as well. As I mentioned before, it's just fun to watch all the varieties. It's just fun to see what kind of craft we can get to see in different maps and mode. And today we have a little change as well. Highest was the third set in the yesterday's series, but today we have bounty. So yeah, people who didn't get to see a lot of brawl happening in the bounty maps, today is the day you can see that happening today, right? And also, if we talk about the fifth set thing, right, like, we might not be able to see this time around. We have a team which is very strong, but I'm not underestimating any. They can pull up with anything. But when we move to the finals, no matter which team goes to the final, I am expecting it to be very close, because the best teams will be in the finals. We have REVENANT XSPARK already there, so yeah, we can expect a fifth set there as well. Talking about that, we are in the draft already, and what do you think of the bans first?
Well, the bans are absolutely amazing, right? Nobody wants to play against a Crow or a Khaled on Crystal Arcade. Both the teams have banned out those two brawlers. Sandy is out of the picture as well. Star Nova is doing wonders today. Yesterday she did wonders. Today players are mostly banning her out. As for the global bans, Edgar and Damien, I think these are the two global bans that almost every team is going on with.
Definitely, T2 has been picked out, such a great brawler for the mobility, just in case you require that. And Jim Crab, it really makes sense and is a very safe brawler as well. But many people tend to forget that Stu is actually an assassin. He can just zap around and reach out to you real quick, and he can deal some massive damage. Actually, the damage is not that massive. It's just the mobility that makes him an assassin. Prime, on the other hand, has that area control. You have that wise shots. You have the option to get rid of assassins or tanks in general. And I think it's an early predictive safe pick. And even if you don't face any tanks or assassin, I think it's a very safe pick to go with, especially in a game mode like Gym Grab, right? You get that big radius as well as the super. But hey, we have Meeple, we have to respect that, because it can just hit shots through the wall. And in Gym Grab, when you're just trying to run away, if he has the hypercharge, he can just walk through the walls as well, get some nasty taps, take you down and reset the timeout.
You'll have to be very cautious of that Maple for sure. And Dixie is the one playing it, right? Dixie, the one player that kind of stand out most yesterday. So I'll have my eye on him. I'd love to see how he's going to play against Wigglyspoo. You have clearly mentioned how Stu is quite a capable brawler. And we all know REVENANT XSPARK, Sergeant loves to play with it. And we have seen him getting global banned for the whole series in the very first game of the day as well. But let's see how are they gonna play against it. But a Lily pick, so the damage amount is really good there. Chester, they've already got a very good meta brawler there. AMS too. AMS is one of my favorite brawler, AJ. I love playing AMS. The AoE you get with it, the attacks, they counter a huge area, and the super is really good too. But a Gus pick, I think the very first Gus so far.
I was expecting a Finks. Having said that, you have a brawler like Ems in your team, but hey, we have a Lily in the opposing team as well. We have to respect that, because I think Gus is a great call for the Lily, right? If you have the super, you can just push the Lily behind, or any brawl, any threat in general. You can get the shield as well. You can push them behind, and I think that's a great answer to the Lily. But Lily is a brawler who can just dish out the squishy brawlers out of the equation. So I think it's gonna just go for the M's, right, just to deny the area control for the red roster. We are going into the first game of the second matchup and day 2, season 2 of the series.
And Wigglyspoo started off with an aggressive innings there. Prime already got 2 gems for himself. And he's also trying to play at the front foot, making sure that no space is given to the LGT. Stings, oh, they're trying to create an opening, but unable to do so. Wigglyspoo, they're completely controlling the map right now.
Stu trying to gain some control in the right hand side and is able to successfully take control over that map. Actually, overall the blue team is trying to get some control, but a nice super coming up from the Lily, but is burned down and will be eliminated by Primey. Is of such a safe gem carrier, getting so many shots tapped out, and a shield just on time for the ends is gonna keep her alive. Even the super is gonna keep her alive, but no, just on time the super was there for Chester as well, and 8 gems on top of the head for the red roster, whereas 1 on the blue team. They're looking great. This aggression and the support is there time to time. Hiroshi is trying to make some play, but no, this is a time countdown started already for the red team, and they have to do something right now. Super available, the connection was there, but he will go down. Response will be going down, and it should be enough for taking game number 1. Nice and easy for the Wigglyspoo team.
There was no way left for them to counter back. As soon as they've got those 10 gems in their favor, Ams was doing all the work to keep them away as much as possible. Stu's mobility came in handy for sure, and the amount of damage he can constantly deal was also annoying them a lot. But Wigglyspoo team, I think that early head start they've got, that played a huge role in winning that round.
Definitely, if you get the control, it gets very easy to get the gems. Nice ball break coming up from Hero Spawn. Okay, they have changed their name recently. Nevertheless, this pushback coming in on the wall, and which is gonna help them get an elimination, nice and easy. But wait, the Lily can be a threat. She is taking control on the right hand side of the map, whereas Darky is gonna be a bit problematic for him as the wall gets depleted from the map, and Stu is gonna be the one deleting all the maps. He is trying to super, but wait, a nice counter coming in with the gadget, but no, it should be enough for him to take down a kill. For actually 7 gems on top of the head of the red roster. He's just zapping around the Stu with a nice elimination in the left side of the map on that Chester. I'm not getting to see much value coming in from that brawler, and Dark, Daisy is also struggling to hit shots because of the range advantage that the red roster have.
Well, Lily is constantly trying to assassinate the backlines. I'll give that to him. But at the same time, as you rightly mentioned, Chester, he's completely unable to create any value at all. Lily, every time she's trying to get those kills, she is the one getting killed. This time you might take down that M. Hypercharger it is, and Dixie, there's no way. There's no way you can take them down now. It's a 2-0 victory for Wigglyspoo team here. And with this, it's a 1-0 lead in the whole of best of 5 series as well. I think the draft was phenomenal. All the brawlers, they were complementing each other, and that played a huge role in winning this round.
Amazing confidence, and the picks were very comfortable. I would say they had a great assassin which was just breaking all the walls, right? Like Stu is a great brawler to just break through, and what really helped them to get rid of the map was actually Meeple was basically useless. He was just his super ability is you can just shoot through the walls at times, but no, when there's no wall there's no use. But he still has that homing projectile that can help him get some nice and easy hits in the open area. But let's talk about how much range the opposing team already had, which was a disadvantage for the blue roster. This is some highlights coming up from the previous game. We can see the super was so precise from Primey, just on time, will take that down, and the celebration was there as well. And yeah, as I mentioned before, I didn't really see any value coming up from the Chester. It was as if he was just playing just respawn game, right? Like coming, respawning, dying, and respawning. No hit to any player, but I think he could have created much better value in the team, with hypercharge especially, to turn things around.
Uh, well, definitely. For LGT, I think there was one brawler that was constantly trying to get those kills, and that was Lily. Apart from Lily, we haven't seen much of response or much of initiation coming up from any brawler at all. Lily was constantly trying to assess the backline, was trying to secure some kills. She even got some. But at the end, it is 2-0 and it's a team game, right? So Wigglyspoo as a team, they were the better team. Whether it was about Stu, whether it was about Ams creating all the space for the team, making sure that the team gets the right amount of gems and can easily secure those gems. As for the MVP, it is Hiroshi with a total of 9 kills and a single death. Can you imagine a KD of 9? This is insane. Wigglyspoo team, they've completely dominated in this very first mode of Gem Grab Crystal Arcade. Average DPS was far superior, kill deaths in every aspect. It was Wigglyspoo that dominated this particular round.
I'll be very honest, not really surprised with that result, honestly. But this is where experience come into the play. They are some established player, one of the world champion in the team as well. Some amazing game sense as well, but they were absolutely amazing with the draft. I love it. They had counter for each. Stu for the wall breaks to get rid of the Meeple, and Lily for the M's just squish out. I mean, draft was from both sides was good, to be honest, but I think LZT Stinks just lagged a little bit of execution or lane switching at times whenever it was required. And gem grab lane is such an important thing to have with, because if you're just going for the wrong brawler, you're just going to constantly die, and which is not going to give the team the room that they need to pick up the gems, right, and to create pressure.
Well, I expected a comeback in the second round because in the very first round we even discussed this during the casting. The other team, Wigglyspoo, they kickstarted the game on a very aggressive note. So maybe that came in as a surprise for LZT Stinks. But during the second game, I thought maybe now they know that the other team is going all out, they're going aggressive. So maybe they'll counter plan something. But yeah, they failed to do so. Remember, this is a best of 5 series, so the game is not over yet, AJ. They can still come back in Brawl Ball. The next map is going to be Pinball Dreams. Let's see what are going to be the picks. Okay, Damien is already global banned. Star Nova again gone. They've banned out a Lumi as well. Crow, Lumi, and nobody wants a Khalid in the play. Every single time, someone is banning out.
If she's not in the global ban, hey, no worries, because she will be banned in the normal bans, right? Because that brawler, you definitely don't want her to be in the mix. We have Lumi banned out, amazing area control brawler, and we have seen how good Star Nova was actually yesterday. Like, no one was picking that brawler in the first season, but we saw the capabilities this brawler has, especially combined with the gadget, right? Just to fly off the threats. And now she's being banned out. I can really tell that they felt that she was the threat this time around. Shade is an amazing brawler. You can get 3 shots with the gadgets, the long shots, if you just time it well and if you do it precisely. We have Stu Assassin coming in as the first pick for the blue roster, which is amazing to just shoot shots. And in Brawl Ball, you will need your super again and again. You can shoot the ball very easily, and getting supers after every one hit, I think it's a great brawler. And you also need so much mobility in this game mode. So yeah, a very viable pick, I would say. Otis is open, which is quite surprising because we are already in the third pick, and as a great brawler to shut things down. Damien is global banned. Okay, so we're not going to talk about that anyways. Try me. I like the first pick. It's very safe to go with already.
Oh, Kenji. Well, I was expecting a Kenji, a great room maker, and so far I've seen so many Kenjis, and most of the times, especially in Brawl Ball, the team that is playing Kenji ends up winning the game. Revenant XSPARK was the one team that played it in the season 1 semi-finale, and they finished off the game in 20-30 seconds with 2 goals. So yeah, if you can create a proper room, and if the team can perform on it, they can plan around their strategy according to it, they can easily create the room and even score some goals. Pierce in the mix as well. But let's see what is going to be the last pick from LZT Sting. They've got a Stu this time. So as you rightly mentioned, you can secure that mobility which is required in a game mode like Brawl Ball. They've got an AMS as well. Let's see what is going to be their last pick.
infinite ammos, only if you hit your shots correctly, right? We have still the last pick, and I think I'm still expecting a Otis because Kenji is one of the brawlers which can be muted very easily. He can charge his supers very quite often. But wait, Cyrus is gonna be the brawler which is going to enter in the mix. I think it will be very annoying for the red roster to deal with it because if you get clones of Chester or even let's say the peers, it will be hard to deal with it, and you will be forced to destroy the clones first before destroying any other brawlers, right? So yeah, the room making strategy from Kenji, because Kenji is a room maker brawler, so it will be very hard for them to make room when you'll have multiple clones as well. But hey, you'll get the clones only if you hit multiple shots in the beginning itself, because later on when the Kenji is going aggressive, it will be hard to do so, because so we are in the first game of the Brawl Ball. Kenji looks very aggressive, and the clone was already there with the gadget, and nice and easy, he's gonna get rid of that quite easily. But another clone available already, and a missed super from Pierce is gonna not give any value that time. Super coming in from Kenji is not gonna connect on anyone, and it will help the blue roster to take a victory over that brawler.
Well, Kenji, they're completely denying Kenji, especially serious. He's so annoying for him. Those clones. Okay, let's see. Last time the super got completely wasted. 2 more clones in the mix now. Wigglyspoo, they are unable to create that room which they've got a Kenji for, but this time it is LG Stings. They've got the room. They might even score a goal. Sirius there will go down for the very first time in this particular round. Dixie might go down as well. Yes, he will. Kenji. Now that is the kind of Kenji play you need to get a win. There you go, the third kill on board. A super to delay things out, but no. Primey, can he do it? Yes, he will, in front of 2 brawlers with almost no HP, just 1 hit away. But yeah, that was the goal, and a goal is a goal.
I'm telling you, Primey, this kid is here for a run. Like, he wants to be MVP every time for sure. He's doing amazing. Just a walk in between 2 brawlers was amazing. Hypercharge coming in from the Kenji. Will connect on this 2. Will get a kill as well, but he's burned out and he might fall down. But another walk in from Primey should be enough to take game number 1 of the Brawl Ball set. And they are just looking flawless. They're just absolutely magnificent piece of work coming in from this team. I mean, the experience is in the play. Kenji wasn't really working out in the beginning. Like, there were so many clones to deal with, right? But a good thing that if you kill Cyrus, like, the clones will die instantly as well, no matter how many clones are there in the mix. Nice gadget connection from the Cyrus and Super as well, getting 2 clones in the middle of the map of Kenji. There is the pressure coming in from the PS. Supers connects on 2, and shots coming in on this 2. He will juke shots just on time, and it's gonna stay alive in the last seconds. But hey, there's a trade between the M's and the PS.
Well, indeed, it was fierce. He was constantly creating some good shots. In the previous one, Kenji went down once, and after that, he was on a berserk mode. It was a 3K for him. But again, response, you'll have to connect those shots. That was a good one. Sirius goes down. And once again, Kenji is back in the mix, but we need that Kenji play. You need at least 2 more Kenji kills to create that room that the team required. A good super there, but will he be able to survive? Yes, he will, and he will also secure a kill on that M's in the mix. And now they are on the aggression. I think this could be a goal, because this time if they'll secure even a single brawler kill, they'll go for it.
Also, Response is constantly using his world champion pin just to remind who really is. A missed trick shot, but I think that was not very precise for him. He knew that Kenji could finish off things, and that's a very nice easy first goal coming up from Wigglyspoo team. Yet again, Stu is trying to make things work, but not gonna be enough. He will fall down. All the shots by the M's has been wasted. She will stay behind with the super. Not much value coming in as well. Nicely juked shots from the Kenji super by the Cyrus, but he will eventually fall down when the Kenji comes back into the mix. Nice supers coming in, nice chains coming up from the Stu. He is doing great and uses the wall break just to juke shots as well. He has a hypercharge, they have a chance. He's just gonna pop it right in, just gonna zap around to create some fire on the ground to just burn down the enemy. Hypercharge coming in from the Kenji as well, gets a kill. He can mix on 2. That might be a team wipe, and it should be enough, and he falls right over once again. And the hypercharge available for securing a nice wall break as well, and a nice kill again in the last second. He secures a goal, which is gonna give them a set win, and they go 2-0 in the series. Amazing game sense, absolute magnificent piece of work, and they are showing why they are the best in this particular matchup.
And the best part about this matchup was Kenzie struggled a lot during that early game, but after that the comeback was unreal. All those kills, all those super was so on point. All the hypercharges came at the right time, because for a moment in this second round I really thought that this could be a goal from LGT Stings, but that counter hypercharge and a counter super from Kenzie, he completely annihilated, and it was almost a team wipe if I'm not wrong. And two of the goals came in when the other brawlers, once there were two counter respawn brawlers standing just right in front of the goal post. Still they somehow managed to secure a goal, and that final goal of the game, it came in front of 3 brawlers. So I think it was a phenomenal game from Wigglyspoo. Let's take a look at the highlight. Though the whole game was a huge pack of highlights, Kenzie was always on the attacking, and I'd love to see how many kills he's got.
I can watch that previous game a lot of times. I don't really mind that at all. But nice walk-ins coming up from Primey. Like, he was so low HP at times, and he was able to do it very precisely. And I think I will be not surprised at all if he becomes the star player, if he becomes the MVP yet again. Hypercharge being thrown this time, and he was able to get the walk-in again. That was amazing set. That was pure excellence with the execution and the draft. I mean, as you mentioned before, very rightly, right? The Kenji wasn't able to do much stuff in the beginning, but hey, he was just maybe playing around. Like, he was just going crazy as if he was ready for this moment for a very long time. They're looking good so far. 2 sets already on their favor, but in order to win, they have to get another set, and MVP actually goes to Response. 16 kills. Wow. What's your take on that?
He was on fire. He was on fire, and I just told you, right, that he should be the MVP. I'd love to see how many kills he's got in total, and it was 16, man, huge. Just in 2 rounds, he was always on the attacking stance. Apart from these 16 kills, imagine how many clones he has destroyed.
I mean, definitely. And they were just they were just playing around as if it's just a free matchup, honestly. But LZT Stinks showed us what they're really capable of yesterday. But if they can show that us again today, they can actually all they need is a reverse sweep. And I'm saying that so casually as if it's so easy, but it will require a lot, right, in order to win, especially with the reverse sweep against world like Wigglyspoo team. They have to do something about that, and which is not looking very easy for them so far.
Well, how you adapt in this game is the most important part. They have adapted very quickly. You do not have that much time, right? It's not a 10 or 15 minute long game. So you'll have to adapt very quickly. Kenzie did it, and Wigglyspoo ended up winning the whole game there. But let's see how are the other team, that is LGT Stings, are going to adapt now, because the third game is going to be on the map of Layer Cake. The mode of bounty, it is the third, and this could be the final one as well if Wigglyspoo ends up winning this.
Definitely, we are in the draft. Seems like Khaled is going to go out of the equation yet again. And, we can see they're just getting rid of the bans. They are just getting rid of the assassins mostly, the red roster, right? They don't want Mortis, they don't want Mina to be there, and they definitely don't want Meeple to be there as well. It's just annoying with the constant homing shots, homing projectile. But the first pick is quite interesting, to be honest. Like, I mean, yeah, it's a great brawler. Shade is amazing. He has so much mobility. He has an option to shoot through walls as well and get inside the wall as well. You just have to find space very well at the moment, right? We have a Brawl coming in from Alanis, which is a great wall breaker, and it's gonna be very annoying for the Shade to deal with in the map if there are no walls, right? It's basically useless without the walls. You have to juke all the shots when the walls goes off, just in order to make some plays then. On the other hand, now we have a Trunk, which is a tank. But I think it's a great tank to reach out enemy quick, and but you just need your supers on time and right. He can also heal with gadget, and I think it's a very. I'm not quite sure how good that pick is, but yeah, we have to see the whole draft for that.
While seeing all this, we need to keep in mind this is bounty. So you've got a Brock there, okay, but HP tank, okay, that's important. You've got a trunk now, but yeah, there's one more pick remaining there. A Pierce to counter, a great Pierce, and it all comes down to that one thing: how many shots you can connect. And I think Primey he can connect a lot of those. We have already seen that once, and I think we will get to see that once more.
Definitely, and now we have Responsi gonna go for the Leon, which is pure aggression, especially when you have the lollipop drop in the map, right? He can also give the invisibility, and not just the invisibility, you get a lot of speed with the Buffy as well. Now is amazing, and I think is just great. Pick just to get rid of his tanks. He can just go close. He can farm his shots very easily from the tank, right? But you have to be very precise with the shots. Primey, like if you want those unlimited ammo, you have to be very precise, and I don't really doubt him at all. I'm quite sure he's very good at it. He's very good at the game. So who are we to judge him anyways? We have a Squeak. This is the first time we are seeing Squeak in the series, because I don't remember Squeak getting picked up very often, and I think his balance.
Yeah, let's see what happens. It's Wigglyspoo. They are already in a huge lead, and once again they'll try to get one more round. They do have that blue star there. Oh, they are going all in though. Leon on fire, doing the thing that he's best at. Well, they are on fire right now, and Wigglyspoo once again, they are dominating this set as well, just like the previous one, Primey. Primey is trying to secure some more good kills, and he's been doing this since the beginning of this round. Assassin comes in the play once more, but this time they're gonna deny it. Dixie, it is. LGT Stings, they are the ones in the lead. Only 45 seconds remaining. Let's see. Dixie again trying. Yeah, just look at that. Just look at that. Wigglyspoo now annihilating the LGT Stings. And they just need one more good kill. Leon, he's doing what he's best at. Will try to assassinate one guy, but Dixie doesn't know how to counter him. The super comes in the play as well. Primey will back off. Squeak is trying to deal a lot of damage. A super comes in the play as well, but with Dixie gone, it is going to be a round for Wigglyspoo. A 1-0 lead in Bounty now, and they're already leading with 2-0 scoreline in the whole best of 5 series as well.
Wow, amazing gameplay. I mean, there was just so much chaos coming in right there. Like, it was just immense, and the Leon actually was working out well. He was able to secure nice, and but I think the Squeak pick was great as well. It wasn't really bad, but the tank was doing his job just right. But we're facing Primey, and it's not going to be easy task to get rid of him. He was doing a great job inside the map, and now we are in the second game after Wigglyspoo team takes the first round of this game mode.
Oh yeah, you'll have to be very careful of that Leon though. They already have a 1-0 lead in the Bounty now, and this time I think LGT Stings, they're not aggressing. I think they are trying a bit defensive approach, but Respo, just look at him. He's going to secure some kills here. Oh, Trunk denied him in no time, but look at their HPs, man. They are so low. The defensive approach did work out, but at the same time, they were so low. Wigglyspoo once again. Pierce trying to connect those shots. Respo also trying to aggress, but Leon is what you need to secure those kills. Dixie utilizing that HP very well, but Respo will secure another good kill, and Primey comes in the play this time. Leon doing what he's best at, waiting. He's invincible right now, waiting for the right opportunity to take down maybe Alanis, but no, he will take down the tank himself. And Wigglyspoo, that was a proper annihilation. And I think that was what they were doing in Jamgram as well as in Brawl Ball. Their main objective was always to secure those kills, and later on they secured those gems, secured those goals as well. But this time, this was the game of kills. How many kills you can secure, and they did wonders with it. They had a Leon. So yeah, Leon did pretty good, and I think Shade was a very good pick as well because it worked out very well for them.
Start clashing. Let's start actually thinking now. Like, who is it gonna be in the finals winning that game? We have Wigglyspoo team going into the finals just like season 1, and the history is repeating, right? We have REVENANT XSPARK versus Wigglyspoo team in the finals, and which is gonna take place anytime soon. I can't wait to see what these teams has to bring us on the table. Wigglyspoo team will definitely look for the revenge. They couldn't get REVENANT XSPARK in the last season, the finals, but what a game that was. This game was just so crazy. In the previous one, we saw so much chaos happening, supers, squeak blobs being thrown up, wall just being used by Primey again and again. So many chaotic moments that they came. That was, we can see that trunk misplay right there, and that was a nice tap in the end to secure the win. Set winners, we have Wigglyspoo team taking up over the team, and they are going to the finals.
Yeah, now they'll face Revenant XSPARK, and I'd love to see who comes out at the top because both these teams have so much of experience. The player pool is amazing, and I'm in awe right now. I'd love to watch that in solitude, and I'd love to hear you cast as well. Let's see what is going to happen when these Berserks face each other. But let's take a look at our MVP. It is going to be Response once again with a total of 24 kills, only 15 deaths. That's an impressive KD right there. Let's look at the player matchup, or I'd say head-to-head. Stings, he's falling far behind. 13 to 24 kills, 21 to 15 deaths, and an average DPS. Response, he is leading by a huge margin here. But I love to see what happens when they face Revenant XSPARK, Sergeant, and these two powerhouse of the teams, and they are going to face each other in the grand finale. So the stakes are very high too.
Two of the best teams in this region are gonna face off in the finals, and I actually personally wanted this to happen. I wanted the history to repeat, but I want to see what these teams are capable of. Like this time, they have to pull up with something. Wigglyspoo team, you definitely don't want back-to-back losses, especially after grinding so hard, reaching to the finals and just getting wiped out by Revenant XSPARK. You definitely don't want that happen. And let's talk also about the fact that Sergeant Clash is the ex-teammates of the Wigglyspoo team members, right? He had them in the team. He just don't have the great chemistry again, among his teammates. He also have great chemistry against the opponent team. Same with the opponent team, like Wigglyspoo team, they have great chemistry with Sergeant as well. So they know their play style. They know, they can predict basically like what kind of call probably Sergeant would be giving to the teammates. They know that opposing teams as well, better than anyone else. So yeah, this is going to be a tough fight. This is going to be an interesting one, to be very honest, because history is being repeated, as I mentioned before, and we are heading into the finals, which is REVENANT XSPARK versus Wigglyspoo team.
Man, that is going to be one amazing matchup there. Let's take a look at our brackets. We started off with 8 teams in total, but now we are down to 2 finalists. It is Revenant XSPARK and Wigglyspoo. Both the teams, both the IGLs know each other inside and out. Revenant, XSPARK, Sergeant, they've played with each other for so long, and they're very well familiar with each other's play style, call outs, the brawlers they like to play. So draft is going to be very amazing, right? Because both the players know what the other one is thinking. And I think AJ, the draft will decide a majority part of the game, because both the teams they have some of the top players out there.
I mean, definitely, if they want to avoid the opposing team to, predict any of the certain picks, or maybe during the gameplay to predict what kind of, thing they can do while playing, I think this time around they have to pull up with surprises, right? Something that the opposing team, despite they were their ex-mates, I think they just want to confuse them. They want to pick something unusual that probably even their ex-mate will not be predicting about. I think I love surprises, and I'm going for anything. I'm down for anything, right? And I think the wait will be over when we might actually get to see a fifth set as well, because this is tough. These are some tough teams, and they have grinded, and after all they are in the final. So yeah, they're the best teams and two best teams, but which team is gonna take the number one spot is the question. And how well the draft goes, that is the main thing for me right now.
And I think that is the biggest question right now, because both these teams are you cannot expect one to underperform at all. Both are at the top of their games. Revenant, XSPARK, we've seen them 2-0ing everyone in season 1, and they're doing the same thing in season 2 as well. But Wigglyspoo, they are also not falling behind. Let's take a break, AJ, but after this break we are gonna come back with the finale, so do not go anywhere.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Brawl Stars Challenges Southeast Asia. And I felt like that AJ will be welcoming me, but yeah, nevertheless, we are back for the final match of the day. And it is going to be really interesting how things will unfold because so far it has been a 3-0, 3-0, both the semis that we have witnessed so far. Yeah, I am your caster and host for this show as Necros, and alongside me it's going to be AJ7. You had Start Clashing come in between the match, the second semi-final he was casting there. But we have given him a break, and we are going to start with the Grand Finals. The Grand Finals of Season 2 itself of Southeast Asia Brawl Stars Challenges. It's going to be really important to see how things will unfold because the last time in Season 1, REVENANT XSPARK, they had a bye in the Grand Finals where, Wigglyspoo, they had to forfeit their finals and they got a win just by that. But in this case, Wigglyspoo, they have won with a 3-0 and now they will face REVENANT XSPARK, the winners of Season 1 itself. But this time, will REVENANT XSPARK be able to bag up 2 back-to-back season victories or not? Or it's going to be Wigglyspoo to take this one? That's a big question. Those answers will be answered in the upcoming PO5 as well. But AJ, I really want to know your opinion about the best of 5, the grand finale that we're about to witness.
After an incredible journey, it all comes down to this. 2 team remains, but only one can walk away as the Season 2 champion. One side we have REVENANT XSPARK, on the other side we have Wigglyspoo team. Different paths, different stories, but same dream, right? Everything they have worked for leads to this very moment. This isn't just another series, this is the grand finals. Every draft, every rotation, every team fight could be the difference, right? So we have REVENANT XSPARK with Sergeant Clash, Jay, and Super Walkware as response hero, Sheep, Primey, and the side of Wigglyspoo team. The pressure has never been higher, the stakes have never been bigger. And the stage is finally set. REVENANT XSPARK versus Wigglyspoo team. Let's find out who will write the final chapter of Season 2.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. 3 players, Sergeant J, Super Walk, big responsibility on their shoulder. They are the defending champions of Season 1, that's what we can say, and playing the Grand Finals of Season 2 itself of Brawl Stars Challenges Southeast Asia. But their opponents, they are their ex-teammates of Sergeant. You see Response, you see Hiroshi, and you see Primey. 3 of those players are incredibly skilled, and we know how Wigglyspoo they're capable of. And once again, coming down to this tournament, it's a big responsibility for them to kind of finish what they started in Season 1. Yep, they had to forfeit their game in Season 1, but this is another season. And this time again, they're in the Grand Finals. They will be looking forward to get the win and bag up this finale for their side. And not allowing REVENANT XSPARK, it's going to be the big thing, while on the other end, the pack of Wolves will be looking forward to hunt down the Wigglyspoo team and seize the victory and claim their championship title. That is where the end goal lies for both these teams. But the first matchup is really very interesting. I'm really looking forward to see the grand finals get started. This time you have the gem grab, then you have the brawl ball, as always, the first 2 modes. Then we move up to hot zone as the 3rd one. The 4th one will be knockout, and the 5th one will be high. So this is how the order has been swept. We will be seeing the hard rock mine, we'll be seeing the pinhole punt, as well as in hot zone we'll be seeing the duel and beetle. So these are the 3 maps that we are supposed to see. There's nothing that nobody can cancel these maps. But when we move on to the 4th one, which I believe we might just go, it's going to be the knockout, and I'm really looking forward to that.
Definitely, and I'm actually looking forward to the hot zone map because one of my favorite modes. You just have to give so much time to the zone as well, and the pressure is on, and just one contaminated area, like you just have to throw out everything in the middle of the map. So I am looking forward to it. I'm happy enough because it's a guaranteed mode we're gonna see, right? It's in the 3rd position, so yeah, and also dueling beetle is one of my favorite modes, and I have seen Sergeant getting on Damien on this particular map, and I have seen a REVENANT XSPARK special pick here, which is Chloe. Surprisingly, I've seen them picking up here quite a lot of time. I'm expecting them to pick that again, but hey, the opposing team are their ex-members as well, so they know that what brawler they can go for. But okay, we have the global bans, which is Damien for sure, and quite surprised that Colette and Edgar is not in the global ban. But eventually Edgar is not even in the normal bans, right? Colette is certainly there though, but oh wow, like that's kind of interesting to see already.
Yeah, you can see the bans being there, and Stu is the first pick that Super Walk will walk in with. You've got so many bans. You've got the Demon ban, you've got the Mina ban out there. Then you have Saber being banned, if I'm not wrong. Then you have that Sandy out there from the side of REVENANT, XSPARK, Colette, Otis, Chester, Lumi, Crow, instantly denied. So these are the bans that we're seeing, but I'm really looking forward to see what is going to be the first pick. I mean, what we can expect. So overall,
I mean,
yeah.
yeah, I think we have options like Chester is open, which is a great brawler overall. Okay, Chester is actually
Chester was
global ban.
banned,
I'm really
yeah.
sorry about that. Yeah, Chester is global ban. I'm really sorry about that. Otis is also banned. One of the major picks are already banned out. Quite interesting that Kit has been picked, and I have seen some of the pro players considering Kit as one of the most annoying in esports as well. It's just annoying in general as well, because you can just become a thrower after all if you just jump on your teammate's back. He deals so much damage in that form as well. Whereas Super Walk, with a nice aggression brawler in the first pick itself, like Stu is amazing to just hold in the middle of the map, to just zap around, to heal with the Gasso heal, star power as well, and to create pressure up because he's an assassin after all. We have a Finks, which is a great brawler to slow things down, and if combined with M's, it will be devastating. And I'm looking forward to that pick as well somewhere around.
Oh yeah, for sure. Now you have the Ruffs coming in from Jay as well. Primey has the kit. Again, you can just do some really exceptional trouble with that kit. We have seen how things work, and along with the Finks comp coming in, this would be interesting to see how things actually function out, because if you just imagine Primey being going all up close and personal, shutting down Super Walk is going to be super incredible if that happens. So, but Sergeant brings in the Mortis, and last time he was playing Mortis, he was contributing to the team's kills so much, even though Super Walk was the MVP in that match, but Sergeant's contribution was exceptional. But you look onto the Ruffs side, Ruffs is also going to be that one assassin that you kind of that one player who is again going to be really important. It's a great support player that comes into the play, and Sergeant coming in along with Super Walk, it is where Jay needs to step up, and he has been incredible in terms of support. By response brings in that Kenji.
Kenji as a response is amazing, because he's so good to just get in the middle of the map. He has mobility as well. He has a super which just slides down and heals the Kenji itself, right? But hey, I want to remind you that Sergeant was the one who picked Mortis in the previous matchup, but Super Walk was the one who swapped with him, and he became MVP after all with that swapping. I think the draft is very evened out. You have that thrower-like ability as well from the kid if you just use the value really well, because you have some unbreakable walls as well. But hey, let's talk about the start. We have we have Primey already getting into the spawn of the blue roster. Sergeant might secure a kill, but no, that's not going to be enough, because Kenji is there to slice and dice. And Jay, what is really happening? The red roster is coming to the blue side, and the blue is going for the red. And X9J with some clean dashes, keeping him safe and coming back to his own zone. Sergeant will get his shots connected with the gadget, but no, just on time. The Kenji slice and dice super is gonna help him dodge the shots.
Oh, you can see Primey just dodging it out, waiting impatiently for the right moment to strike in. Sergeant has to look out for Response coming on from the backyards, and now Primey and Response will hunt him down instantly, gets those kills, and now Super Walk has to intervene to take Response down, and that is how Primey will be also decimated. REVENANT XSPARK, they do have a good start, but they have a very equalized competitor this time in the BO5 series. Super Walk, you cannot afford to make mistakes, and he will be punished by Hiroshi. The gems will be taken away by both the teams, one each. But Super Walk is just not giving up, and he gets a good response from the side of Hiroshi. Multiple kills being taken away. Primey waiting for the right moment to hop in. Sergeant trying to push him away as much as possible, but you can see the difference is not big, but it's still there. And Wigglyspoo, they are leading with 2 gems, which might just be recovered at any moment, but the kind of attack we're seeing from Super Walk, it's crazy.
Amazing Mortis right there as well, taking down on that kid after chaining so many shots. And he is having a super hypercharge already. He will try to connect, but Hiroshi, responds to his walk away just on time. And the game is almost equal when it comes to gem count, but 10 on the head of Revenant XSPARK. Well, 2 gems spawn right within 15 seconds of the clock. I think they can actually equalize it on time, and they're not even pressurized with that. Oh my god, nice skill coming up from Superwalk. That should be enough for Revenant XSPARK to take game number 1 of the finals first set. Amazing game sense, amazing execution, and you will not get any second chance every time. This is finals. You have to cook up with something in order to win. And both these teams are so established. All the players are so established, and they are amazing. But we can clearly see the difference with the approach. The game was going very evened out, to be very honest, and that's obvious because these players are just almost equal level. And amazing strike coming up from Superbug, but he will have to fall off, and the Kenji gets punished as well by Sergeant.
Oh, response instantly jumps on Jay, gets him down. That's a brilliant kill that came in. Wigglyspoo, they have 2 gems. One is still in front of them. Jay will be looking forward to seize them as quickly as possible. Prime is still waiting, will get 1 gem for himself. Damage is being done. Jay is still intact. Sergeant comes from the backyards. And you can see Superwalk a little bit up close and personal. That's really something that you have to look out for. While Jay secures all those gems, there's a good difference, and Superwalk will get another kill. Hiroshi has been taken down. Oh, that is important. Response wants to go take him down as well. The stuns were there, but Primey barely survives with that. Kenji, he needs to just go up close and personal. Hiroshi just trying to get something under control, but there's Superwalk gonna hop in from the backline. Primey also gets punished instantly as Revenant XSPARK, they will reach the 10-digit marker, instantly clicking the timer up. And Wigglyspoo, they're in shambles.
Amazing Mortis gameplay. He's just predicting the supers, oh my god, like they were in the grass and he was still able to change shots so well. He knew where they could have been possibly, and Revenant XSPARK is gonna take the first set of the finals of Season 2 Brawl Stars Challenger Southeast Asia. Amazing game sense, amazing, and you can see the confidence on their face. You can see how happy they are about that, right? Like, the first game, if you get a win against another great team, actually, I'm pretty sure Revenant XSPARK was underestimating each of their opponent in the previous games, but this time around they must know, and I'm quite sure that they know that they're facing a good team, and they just can't every time they can't just pick casual picks. And oh my god, what a Mortis that was. He changed so well, the predictions was right, and he was just denying his death. Like, even in critical situations, the kid was jumping on him, he was low, and he changed shots just on time to get those extra healing with the Mortis super.
Oh yeah, it's exactly. And I mean, the way he was playing, it was exceptionally well. The Mortis pick did work out so perfect, but also when you look up, the competition was still there. I mean, Wigglyspoo, they were trying their best, but Superwalk, oh my god, you just cannot stop this guy today. Jay, incredible support, nothing's taken away. But Sergeant, it is not the explosive Sergeant that we knew, but exactly what he was doing, exactly what he was supposed to. So there is no complaint as such. But if you talk about the entire match, recap of what just happened from the very first round, it is how things unfolded. You talk about Superwalk getting all those kills along with Revenant XSPARK coming into the fray, almost snatching all the gems from them for their opponent in the very first round itself, while the second one was a tad bit less competitive.
Just wow, we have the set winner. First game taken by Revenant XSPARK on Gem Grab. And so far, even if they have lost one set throughout the series, and I think they're still looking forward to the 3-0, and they want to probably finish off in style in the finals. But hey, they still have a great opponent in the opposing team. You just can't mess with the draft around. Like, you just can't go for comfort picks, you just can't go for picks that are not viable every time, because I've seen surprise picks coming up from Sergeant or Revenant XSPARK in general, and nevertheless, not surprised at all. We have 13 kills coming up from Superwalk, and he's gonna be the MVP. Absolutely deserved. Only 5 deaths, and look at the damage per second. Amazing, almost 500, 479 to be specific. Amazing Mortis, and I must say, he is the star of the show so far.
Yeah, he is indeed, and the way Superwalk has been playing throughout the day, and yesterday's performance was super nice as well. You can see the big difference between Primey and Superwalk. Come on, 13-4, it's where the score lines are. Though we know that Primey has exceptional skills, and he has done some incredible work in the previous time, but quickly jumping on to what Superwalk has done in the entire Season 2 so far is, in that comparison, if you kind of talk about Primey, Superwalk is definitely one step ahead from Primey in this case, and in terms of getting those kills. But you know what? We will be having those discussions later on, because the next game up, it's going to be the Brawl Ball and Pinhole Punt. It's going to be an interesting game, because REVENANT XSPARK, they have set a record of quickly scoring goals probably in the first 30 seconds in the first game itself. That is how they have been doing in all the Brawl Ball matches so far. Let's see if they can continue this legacy, or it's going to be Wigglyspoo to kind of put a full stop in their run.
You never know. This is Brawl, and things do change. Tables turn around very often. Just one mistake can change everything around. This is the finals. You're not getting any second chance, especially when you are facing a rookie. Not really rookie. They all are such a good players and such a great teams, right? And to be very honest, I consider them equal. Like, I don't consider any team any better. Like, they are equal for me. In terms of skill, when it comes to draft as well, they share the same sense. They share the same chemistry, and I think you know the reason as well. It's very obvious, right? So we have Superwalk gonna be the first one to pick a brawler, which is Ems, and I think I do like that pick a lot. Great area control, anti-assassin and anti-tank option. Very safe first pick. Whereas we have Crow banned out evenly from both sides. Colette as well, and we have Otis, which really makes sense to me. Low, not quite sure why he has been banned. It's a Brawl Ball map, but yeah, hey, they know better than us, so yeah, they might be thinking that banning all the anti-tanks must be a great option, because maybe they're going for some cheeky tank plays.
Maybe. Hopefully they just come up with a good strategy, because Minji, they have got something different for himself this time. A new brawler coming in today's day with what we are seeing. Not something we usually see, but finally a Star Nova. That is, I was craving Star Nova, because we've seen her being picked in yesterday's games. Nothing today so far, but yeah, I'm happy to see Emzen also coming in, like the Star Nova coming into the picture. Two good brawler picks coming in. It's really interesting how things will unfold, but also I'm really looking forward to how Minji performs with the Gale. I mean, I really want to see how that brawler actually functions in that draft, while Jay comes up with the last and the final pick.
Yeah, we do have a room maker option still left. We have Kenji opened as of now, which is a great option for room making. But we also have Primey with the aggression as well on that too. He has that mobility. He has the assassin capabilities as well. We have, I think Leon can also be used as a good scoring opportunity. You can just hide, you can just get the hypercharge. He gets so much, he gets a massive boost in his speed when his hypercharge, and if he's using the speed star power, I think it's sometimes very viable just to steal the ball and run off away from threat, and you can take up the wall. But it's not going to be used just for that. Obviously, he's a close range assassin killer. He is going to go for the Kenji for sure to farm shots again and again. Gale is a very interesting pick, apart from Star Nova as well. Star Nova is gonna just use the gadget to just dodge shots. I'm pretty sure of that. But I am really excited to see what Sergeant has to bring up when it comes to gadget, because in Brawl Ball the gadget is also pretty good. You can just teleport, surprisingly, and if you don't want to teleport, you can just do that as well after using that gadget. So it's completely full of surprise. You can see the aggression coming up from both teams already. Superwalk is low. He will fall down eventually to a response fire shot from that Stu. This is looking good for the red team so far. Like, they're creating so much pressure. Is it gonna be another Primey walk-in? But no, the blue team just denies, and they're gonna respawn again with double kill on the red roster.
Oh yeah, already you can see the start pretty nice so far. REVENANT XSPARK, they're trying to put pressure Primey on the left lane. Trying to clear those tall grasses, so those bushes will be cleared, but Response gets so many hits on himself. And now you can see Primey going up close, and personally he's got a big opportunity to take down Jay. Maybe that's a good chance, but Primey's HP is depleting so much, and Jay will use that situation in his favor, while Response will quickly trade him off. But that is still a good show so far. Wigglyspoo, they're trying their level best, but REVENANT and XSPARK, they're not letting them have a free flow. Even though they've got some kills, couple of kills, some retaliations coming in. Primey is barely surviving, will be melted down eventually by Sergeant. Coming in Superwalk, he's the top scorer. He's the main player for the side of REVENANT and XSPARK, and he will make sure that this thing counts for him. Won't just back off like that, and so far, REVENANT and XSPARK, they have been successfully able to push Wigglyspoo team back into their den.
Hypercharge for Sergeant available. Pushback coming in from Superwalk is not going to be enough, because I think the walk should be there from Sergeant this time around, and a team buy from the blue roster is going to be enough to give Sergeant a nice easy goal, and 45 seconds remain in the game. Hypercharge available for this too, as well as Primey. That can be devastating at times. He connects no one with the Hypercharge, but it should be enough for him to get nice 2 kills right there. But the pushback coming up from Sergeant is gonna deny that, and Sergeant will secure another kill. Response, he has an option. He has a Hypercharge popped in, a nice walk and a nice super walk, super coming in, and Gale is just gonna stun things around to give them a nice room to score. This is amazing gameplay coming in. Hypercharge popped by Superwalk already. He's just waiting for the time. He gets 2 connected, gets 1 stun and a nice elimination. This could be the end. The goal is there, and it should be enough to take game number 1. And I think Wigglyspoo team will be taking a nice, relief breath with that game.
Oh, this is where, they've done some good job out there. I mean, Wigglyspoo, this is the exact kind of competition we do expect, right? We do want to see some kind of good competition bring up. Yeah, REVENANT XSPARK, they had a flawless run in the gem grab, but yeah, this is where I really wanted to see how things will unfold. But Response! What a save it is! It was almost on the line, and yeah, he barely manages to save that one. It could have been the first score for the side of REVENANT XSPARK, but Superwalk is super low. He's super low. Jay comes into the rescue, but Sergeant will get Response down from the backlines. Also seeing melting down Primey. Good opportunity. REVENANT XSPARK trying to hit up as close as possible. Hiroshi will be taken down as well. Superwalk from behind will take care of the ball as they look forward to advance closer and closer towards that goal zone of Wigglyspoo, but they have to do the big job once again.
Ball in a very controlled position as of now, but Superwalk is gonna just change that in the moment. Nice shots coming in from Superwalk, and he has the Hypercharge available already, which is gonna be a pass with the Super Sergeant. This could be end, and he knows he can't walk on the Star Nova gadget because he will just fly, and the ball will be held back right there. The ball is is again in a very controlled position. But having said that, the blue team is having the mid control, which is what exactly you need at the moment. X9J having a super looking good, and Nice is maintaining the distance from the Kenji, and you definitely don't want that. A missed super from a super respawn, and that should be enough for him to get down. Ball has been cornered. X9J, this can be the moment, and a goal coming in from REVENANT XSPARK. Superwalk shall be able to do so.
Oh yeah, instantly super kind of impact that we are seeing right away. A Response again being completely deleted from that particular place. Instantly you can see the impact that we are seeing on that, and it's going to be Superwalk and REVENANT XSPARK equalizing the score this time, and they are still keeping themselves alive in the competition of Brawl Ball incredibly well from both the ends so far. But one last game of Brawl Stars is where I'm looking forward. Brawl Ball is what I'm looking forward to. Is it going to be REVENANT XSPARK to bag their second win, or it's going to be Wigglyspoo to kind of equalize the series score?
I want to see an overtime, because I want to see how the approach changes when we get to see an overtime, because not a lot of range coming in from the blue roster. Nice kill on Superwalk by the Stu. He's just going for blood. He needs his super once again to make things work. Nice double kill as well on the right, left hand side of the map. Primey is having a super. He's looking good with that. Slice and dice, but connects no one with that. No value coming in. X9J respawns, gonna create some pressure in the right, and the ball is in the grass patch. You have to make things work at the moment. moment. X9J, Revenant XSPARK, Surgeon gets a nice kill on Rispo, and Primey shall be able to take down Super Walk as well, but no, the Super again connects no one, and Sergeant should be enough for him to take down Primey as well. The ball is so much in control in the corner, but the pressure is on for the blue roster. They have to come out of the situation because they just can't try to defend every time just after respawning. They have to keep the ball away. It's a very cheeky position. Primey is trying to get some shots to get his super. Again, he has missed 2 of his super already. Super Walk has his super. He can make some cheeky plays just in case the lollipop drop has been dropped. Super Respawn with a super will stun one of them, but it should not be enough for them to take up a kill. I don't think so. Super Respawn is aware of the fact that the Leon was invisible.
Oh, look and see the damage. Oh, Sergeant, he's literally melting down Primey. Good opportunity. Jay!
Ooh.
He scores it at the right time. That's an opener for Revenant XSPARK in this competition, putting so much weight on Wigglyspoo that you have to get a score done if you still want to remain in the competition. But right as of now, Response stops it. Primey gets melted down. Response is still trying to fight as much as possible. Sergeant passes on to JJ. Will get the score done. This is Revenant XSPARK winning the Brawl Ball in the Grand Finals as they lead the series with a 2-0 scoreline.
What a game that was, and when we see 2 strong teams in the finals, this is the kind of game we expect them to show us, right? And what a game that was. I think that Star Nova gadget was annoying Sergeant so much because I saw him backing off from the gadget whenever he was having the ball. He was trying to walk, and then he realizes, oh no, this is Star Nova gadget from our team. I will start flying and the ball will stay underneath, and he was getting annoyed and was just changing his lane just to avoid his own teammates gadget. A great gadget, but I think it's sometime creates a mess because we can just have a look in the highlights. Primey was trying to get some shots, but he missed a lot of supers right there. A lot of them. It costed them a lot, but I think it was just Super Walk game again. It was being great assassin, getting kills after kills, but Sergeant was able to pull things off as well at the moment. The game was pretty even now. Like, that was an amazing goal from Hero Spawn that side. I'm not quite sure who is who because they changed their name and they just mixed it with themselves. So anyways, having said that, a great game coming up from the Revenant XSPARK, and they will manage to take 2 sets in the finals. 1 set, what it takes. It's gonna be a match game in order to win the finals.
Oh yeah, already we can have an understanding of that. This is a big final, but Revenant XSPARK, the way they are leading it, it is literally something that gives a blessing to your eyes, that they are literally on a streak of winning every game that is possible in the Brawl Stars challenges. Talking about the season 1 we witnessed, right? Every game was won. Except, yeah, the final didn't happen, but still, they were the winners of Season 1. Coming down to the Season 2, they came back in the Grand Finals, again facing that very same team who was also one of those finalists in the Season 1 as well. And then Wigglyspoo thrashing them in back-to-back 2 big sets. It's a different kind of thing, but you talk about Sergeant. This man was out of picture for some time because Super Walk was having the limelight all for himself, but finally Sergeant steps up with 23 kills for himself for an average DPS of 361.09. That's crazy.
There's no tomorrow, only this game. Wigglyspoo have to come up with a reverse sweep in order to win, and it's gonna take a lot because we have Revenant XSPARK in your opposing team, which is not gonna be easy take on that, right? We have both the teams are so strong. Both the team have the chemistry shared up on the line as well. We have seen Revenant XSPARK getting a 2-0 in the first set and 2-1 in the other. Great efforts by Wigglyspoo team around. This game was actually very balanced. I would say both the teams were creating equal pressure at times, but hey, a game is a game. Now we're going to Dueling Beetles, one of my favorite hard zone map. You have those unbreakable walls, you have those grass patches, and we get to see a lot of assassins here as well, like Mina, Kenji, and also brawlers like Kit sometimes just to become thrower at moments. And Griff is one of the picks that I believe is very, very good, but I have just not witnessed any of the pro players taking that pick. I think it's very underrated right here.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, when you talk about some of those picks we haven't seen, well, we haven't seen a spike in entire season 2, if I'm not wrong, because we have seen a spike pick came in the season 1. We have seen Crow being allowed once, though it is like a global ban happening in every other match. It has not been allowed, but I would love to see it, isn't it? So we have seen Leon, we've seen Chester, we've seen Sandy, Cordelius, Kit, Kenji, Pierce, everything we've seen from all those legendary brawlers, but I really want to see a spike come in. Come on, that's a cute brawler in my opinion.
Indeed, it is, and we have X9J winning a spike cap as well. But nevertheless, this is the first pick coming up
Poco.
as what a pick that is. Quite unusual coming up from Wigglyspoo team. It's a great brawler when you combine it, especially with double tanks. We have seen Poco double tanks working out very well, but I've seen those comps only in Brawl Ball so far. But yeah, we have another Kale pick. I think they're quite confident with that pick actually. It looks like a comfort pick, but many people just underestimate this old man, right? He has this because there are a lot of walls here. He can actually stun people around with the star power he has. He can just super them, push them back, stun them, and get a nice elimination with the help of teammates as well. 7 seconds on the clock. Let's see which pick we're gonna see. It's gonna be Sergeant Maple. I think so far so good, and I like the blue roster draft quite more, I would say. So far, we don't have just an round. We're gonna see Otis as the final pick for Revenant.
Oh yeah, this is interesting. REVENANT XSPARK, they've done some really good drafting out there, but you also see a Gale coming back in the picture along with Poco. So yeah, it is a mode where we love to see all those congestion happening. This is a mode where we love to see those duels coming in. This is Hot Zone. It is supposed to be chaotic. It is supposed to be entertaining as well. And one last pick from Wigglyspoo. It's going to determine what are we expecting. And it's finally the last one, and it's Najia coming in the comp. Najia, Poco, and Gale. So this is actually a very crazy draft if you just look in. But on the other end, you've got Finks, you've got Meeple, you've got Otis, REVENANT XSPARK. They're damn serious. Come on, we just know it.
I don't see a lot of damage per second coming up from the red roster. They're squishy brawlers actually, but when you get the Poco healings, you just tend to stay alive for even longer. But I'm not quite sure for how long they can survive, because fairly I would say Revenant has the draft. They have the damage, and it's gonna be hard to just because Hudson is a game. You have to just stay alive as much as possible in the middle of the map. You need to get the zone time, and if you're a squishy brawler, and if you're facing a brawler which can just auto aim and the projectile will home in, it will be hard to stand on the zone in the middle, right? And Poco, on the other hand, he has the healing opportunities as well, and also he has so much area. Like, you can cover almost the whole the zone itself. But nice trap coming in from the Meeple, and is gonna hit some shots after putting that surfer in the middle of the map as well. Nice start, but the red team have to get the lead, and I think they will be able to manage to do so if they do it right. And nice connection from X9J. Snakes also dropped by Primey. No value coming up from that. Super Walk is low, is in the middle of the map, and will fall down to the poison, and they will start taking the lead again.
Oh, exactly. But you can see the kind of impact, the kind of damage is going. Sergeant finds Hiroshi down, and so far the contention has been pretty much similar. There's nothing taken away from there, but response on the other end trying to just drop some bombs out there. Response HP so low, and eventually you will be punished by Sergeant. You just cannot mishap with this guy. He's having a good time in today's finale, the last Grand Finals game. And we can see REVENANT XSPARK, the percentage has moved up to close about 70%, almost about 70, yep, crossing that one as well. They have some immense control. Sergeant is around the corner, just having the entirety to his side, and there's nothing that Wigglyspoo are doing about it. I mean, just look at them. No response, no counterattacks being allowed, no way even they're coming close to that. And the kind of setup that has been made, and it's Jay stepping up big time. Finally, it's an entire team wipe, while Wigglyspoo, for the first time in the entire game, they will have some breathing time to kind of level up their contention.
Not enough time though. They have the zone control as of now, but for how long, that's the question. And I think it should not be enough for them to get the lead again. But the snakes from Najia is gonna get the takedown. Can they just manage to get it? The choke Poco is gonna jump in and the manage, 88% to 99, 1% is what all it takes, and he'll find it in the final seconds, and it should be enough for them to take the hot zone set. Game number 1, Revenant XSPARK. Great lead. They already had the lead. I think the red roster could have done something. Actually, they were able to create the pressure in the end moment, but they had to do it in the beginning itself. You can't afford to give them a lot of zone time. And as I mentioned before, the opposing team is a lot more squishier. Nice trap coming in, keeping him behind, but still get some zone time, being trapped out as well. Sergeant in the middle trying to hit some shots on Supercell. Have to back off to just stay alive. Super walk is low as well. Najia might take care of the things there, and X9J gets connected to the snake poison as well.
Oh, you can see the entirety of control being there under for Revenant XSPARK. They want to get something better this time, but Wigglyspoo, they're trying to push them away. They have read the strategies well in the previous round, and now they're looking forward to just kind of getting hold of it. But oh my god, Response doing some exceptional job out there in the open grounds, and of course right away we can just have a look idea about how things are unfolding. You can see Hiroshi being taken down. Revenant XSPARK, they have to stay in that zone for a tad bit longer time. Come on, you have to stay there to kind of equalize, because Wigglyspoo, they've moved up to like 43%. So in the 30s, you will find Revenant XSPARK as well in the mix, while Superwalk and Sergeant still intact in their position. Nobody is willing to go for any kind of overcommitment. Let them come in, and then we will just swarm them in.
I would say much better around this time for the red roster, but they will eventually face double elimination from their team. Lead again back to Revenant XSPARK, and a nice hypercharge from Sergeant with the trap as well. Will secure 2 kills with that eventually, but no, Super just stays alive in the last seconds and he gets the healing. Poco jumps in, he tries to make some play. Hypercharge is there, but no, the Super walks. Hypercharge, the Super in the middle of the map will slow things down, will help him dodge shoots as well. Hypercharge from the Najia. Some snakes being trapped in the middle of the map, but the poison is spread all around. 87 to 56% now. The red roster have to do something in order to win. Hypercharge for Super Walk. He will place on the right hand side of the map, and he walks with one of the rings as well around him. Sergeant getting the hits. Gale is down. 10% is all what he needs, and I think they will find it. Whoa. And the Najia Super will not be enough to help them get a win. And this is going to be the finals for Revenant XSPARK, and they takes up the victory in the finals of Season 2 Brawl Stars Challengers Southeast Asia. Amazing team. They are the finalists. They were the winners yet again, back to back after the first season. Yet another time, and the revenge dream comes to an end for Wigglyspoo team.
Oh, they missed it the first time. They again crumbled down in the second one. It's back-to-back 2-season victory for the mighty Revenant XSPARK. Sergeant and his team will be pretty happy with the results that they've already got for themselves. This is Brawl Stars Challenger Southeast Asia, and we have kind of witnessed how Season 2, how it has unfolded. But for all of you guys who also want to take part in the next season, which is going to be the last one, Season 3 registrations are already live. Do not miss on that, because if you want to just have an idea about the registration, make sure that you follow JioBLAST or Brawl Stars page to kind of have an idea about the registrations. But quickly jumping on to the recap of what just happened in the entire hot zone. It was Revenant XSPARK all over the map. They had everything under their control. Yeah, sometimes we have to agree that Wigglyspoo, they came in the picture, they had some good counterattacks planned in, but overall the final result has favored the likes of Revenant XSPARK so much because of the control that they had over the entire matchup.
The dream from becoming contenders to champions is now coming to an end. Pressure creates champion, and today we have found ours. Like history has been repeated, only one team could stand on the top, and today we have earned the honor to give that to Revenant XSPARK once again, back to back. What a journey that was, what a performance, what a championship gameplay coming in right there. When a stake was highest, they delivered the best, right? They didn't just win the trophy, they earned it. They earned the #1 spot. They're the winners. And having said that, for the finals, we have Sergeant Clash, our goat from Revenant XSPARK, taking up the MVP with 32 kills in the finals, which is absolutely flawless.
Oh, he was flawless. You can see the comparison. It was firstly Superwork versus Primey, but now it comes up with Sergeant versus Primey, having 32 kills. 32 to 17 is the ratio, where you can see the average DPS is 357.13 for Sergeant. It was so great. Such an immense game that we witnessed from his end, and Revenant XSPARK, once again, they will be cherishing with the win that they have. It's a 3-0 victory again, completely swooping the entire team of Wigglyspoo out of the game. It was all about them having the control in all the 3 maps that they played. Yeah, Brawl Ball was a tad bit tough. I mean, after the first round, it was a reverse sweep in the best of 3 matchup that we witnessed in the Brawl Ball section. But over the course of time, again, Revenant XSPARK, again, we have an idea that they are one of the best teams in Southeast Asia. And finally, if they win this entire Southeast Asia tournament, we can just say that, yeah, they are the best. There is no comparison, and so far, there is no competition at all.
Definitely, this is the final bracket, and Revenant XSPARK in the finals with the 3-0 sweep. Nice and easy. Takes up the victory yet again in the second season as well. They were victorious in the first one, and they show their dominance yet again. They're proving us that they are the best, and they will remain the best every time. But hey, we have season 3 waiting for us in the next month as well. And if you guys want to register, if you guys think you have potential to show up here as well, compete against these players, then definitely do so. Definitely register. But for now, Revenant XSPARK is gonna be the one getting crowned yet again, and this is gonna be the back-to-back second time for them.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. This is definitely 2 back-to-back season wins for Revenant XSPARK and Brawl Stars Challengers. It's another level of competition we are seeing in the Southeast Asia, but also you can join in the very same channel for the South Asia, which will be happening in the evening. But for the season 3, the registrations are already live. Make sure that if you want to take part in the next one, you register yourself in the right slot. But this is going to be it. This is Necros along with AJ7 and Start Clashing signing off for Brawl Stars Challengers Southeast Asia season number 2. We will catch you up again very soon with the season 3 and the final season of this entire chapter. Till then, bye bye, take care, see ya, peace out.